Hey Pete, it's Jessica Peterson. I really appreciate you speaking with me earlier and accepting this free video. So I'm super excited to be able to do this video for you because I know the tips I'm about to show you, you can start applying right away and they're going to make a huge difference for you guys. And I know this because I've used these exact same tips with over 50 other restoration companies across the United States, and it's made a significant difference in their business. And I'm not talking just a couple extra jobs here and there. I'm talking a big difference, hitting goals they didn't even know they'd ever reach. Okay, so I know that you guys can do this, and that'll be a huge thing for you guys. So, what we're going to talk about today are three things: content, citations, and backlinks. Okay, so first of all, before we get started on the website here, I don't know if you can see this here. It says not secure. Your website is not secure. That means the SSL certificate has expired. You need to go and renew your SSL certificate because when your website is not secure, this can be hacked and be taken over by anybody, and it can completely ruin your reputation, your brand, and can cost you a lot of money in the long run. So go and get this secured, okay? Now, it looks like you have a starting of a website. I'm not sure if you guys are in the process of building this or what exactly is going on, but it is a start. And thankfully, Google doesn't care what your website actually looks like. It is based on content. To be able to rank in Google, you need a lot of content, and that includes images like this. Go save as water damage restoration, professional mold removal service. So those are keywords, but you actually need to go after the local keywords, because most people, when they're searching, won't know the name of your business, so they're not going to search your name. And they're going to be searching for somebody local to do that services. So you're going to need local keywords, whether that's Rancho, Cordova, Sacramento, Roseville, whatever. You need those keywords for your services. So your images need to be saved with those local keywords. And your written content, okay? You have a little bit of information here, but there's no keyword focus. There's no local keyword focus. So you need a lot of written content because Google sends crawlers to your website that reads all of the pages, all of the images, to try and understand who you are, what your business is about, where you perform your services, to be able to send you customers to your website. And so with your website not having any real keyword focus, you don't really have much content or information. It's really hard for Google to know what you're about. And you don't have any service pages, which are also critical. You need a separate page for every service. So without having all of that really important information on this site, Google doesn't understand you yet. And so there's no way for them to send you customers. There's no way for you to rank. Okay. Now, if we took the top competitor in Sacramento for water damage, we have, whoa, hold on. What's going on here? Sacramento, and it's not coming up for some reason. It's not a great example, but it is ServPro. We look here. ServPro. Not sure why it's not opening. There it is. Okay. Not sure what happened over there. Okay, so it's ServPro. Now, yes, it's a franchise, but they are extremely beatable. You're not competing against the entire franchise itself, just this local area. They only serve a handful of zip codes. And these guys have a disadvantage because they're not allowed to really modify their website pages. So you guys have the advantage. All you have to do is better than what they're doing. More content, more images, more dialed in keyword strategy. more images, and these guys would be totally beatable for you guys, okay? And when we're talking about content, it's not just about the content of your website, but also the content you put on the internet, which helps Google understand who you are. So whether it's your social media pages or Google business profile, they all need to be about what you do, your services, and keywords, so Google can help send customers your way. Now, customers are going to do their search in Google, as we know, and your job is to make sure your business shows up where your customers search. And so there's 3 spots that your business can have good position in. The first are ads. That's your cost per click ads and your local service ads. And these can be really helpful for you guys as long as you have all the infrastructure and everything dialed in, good landing pages, and you're not sending ads to your homepage. As long as you get that dialed in, this could be really beneficial. But if not, it could be a huge money pit and a really low ROI. And you should focus on a different strategy first before doing ads. Okay. This next section, section 2, this is your Google business profile, the Google Map Pack. And your goal needs to be in the top 3 because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So if you're not one of these top 3 businesses listed, you're leaving money on the table and you're sending all of those jobs to your competitors. So there's many factors that actually go into this ranking, but the number 1 factor is citations, and that's the name of the business, the address, phone number, and website. And listing those in a bunch of directories, you need more of those directories than your competitors. And directories are simply things like the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Yellow Pages, and Glassdoor. And also, your social media pages are also considered citations. So having those all over the internet, every single one sends signals to Google to try and tell Google what you're about so it can send you customers. So it's really important you have those. And then this 3rd section here is the most important because this is your organic section. This is where 60 to 70% of people come. Instead of, they'll skip everything else. They'll skip ads, they'll skip the maps, and they come right here. So if you're not listed here for each of your services, then you're losing jobs every single month. So in order to get here, it all comes to the foundation of your website. Having it properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy. And then you support that with a backlink SEO strategy to help you rank. So if we look here, this is a paid tool called Ahrefs that tells us how your website's performing. You can see this is your website. You have a rating of 0 out of 100, so Google doesn't trust your website. And that is partially because of the content on your website, but more so the power you're trying to send to your website. So like everything else, it doesn't work without power. So in order to power up your website, we have to send it backlinks. So we need a lot of these backlinks, but it's important to understand that not all backlinks are good backlinks. Not all are created equal. This is a popularity contest. You want only the good quality to follow backlinks from similar types of businesses, websites. So it could be other home service businesses and even vendors. It's basically like they're giving you a shout out and telling Google to send you customers. So we need a lot of those. We need more than our competitors. And basically we need to keep this power source coming every single month to build up this trust in Google so Google will actually show your website when people search and help promote your website, increase the rankings, and help you rank for keywords. Now, despite not having barely any content on your website, you have actually been indexed for 9 keywords, but you're getting 0 traffic to your website. If we look at your website, you have been indexed for quite a few local keywords, which is awesome. But there's 10 spots per page on Google, and you guys are page 8 and further back. So there's no way you're getting any visibility right now organically. So you're missing out on a ton of potential jobs every single month. When we look at ServPro, their location is very low as well. It doesn't have any backlinks or anything. But because of the weight of the entire website, all this power, 77, that's huge. And so it's able to actually push that power to these location pages. And they've been indexed for 37 keywords, and they're getting over 100 people to their website. And we can see here they're in a second position. So they're actually ranking for these keywords. So these guys are going to be fairly easy for you guys to beat. It is very doable, but you have to follow the 3 tips that I just provided: the content, citations, and backlinks. And when you do that, you have a huge opportunity to not only be more competitive, but to actually dominate in your area. So now you are more than welcome to take all of the information I just provided to you and run with it and do it on your own. But here at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty. And we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So if you'd like a partner to help you do this and maybe help you get it going a little faster, feel free to reach out. Respond to my email or give me a call, and we would be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.